Maternal imprint. Until the early 20th century, people believed that a pregnant woman's experiences could affect her unborn child. This was called the maternal imprint. People claimed that the maternal imprint could be caused by what the mother heard. For example, if a woman heard a loud noise during pregnancy, she could give birth to a deaf child. The imprint could also be caused by what the mother saw. A pregnant woman could give birth to a blind child if she saw a blind child. Doctors advised pregnant women to visit pleasant places, such as art galleries and music concerts, so that they would not give birth to deformed children. In 1726, a servant named Mary Toft used the belief in the maternal imprint to trick doctors into believing that she had given birth to rabbits. The doctors concluded that her children turned into rabbits because she ate rabbits, dreamed about rabbits, and loved to chase rabbits around the garden. Joseph Merrick, known as the Elephant Man, was thought to be a victim of the maternal imprint. People thought that he was born deformed because his mother was frightened by an elephant during pregnancy. Today, we know that Merrick suffered from neurofibromatosis, or Proteus syndrome. Preformationism. During the 17th and 18th centuries, doctors believed that human sperm, or eggs, already contained a tiny human being, who then grew in size in the womb. This belief was called preformationism, and was extended to animals and insects. Scientists even claimed to have found tiny winged creatures in chicken embryos. Preformationism was disproved after the creation of more powerful microscopes. Scientists examined eggs, sperm, and embryos of humans and animals and found that they did not contain any miniature creatures. Today, preformationism has been replaced by epigenesis, spontaneous generation. The theory of spontaneous generation claimed that it was possible for living organisms to emerge from non-living matter. For example, it was believed that mice could spontaneously generate in food storage facilities, and maggots could generate in spoiled meat. This theory was first put forward in the Roman era. This theory was the result of observations. People noticed that maggots always appeared on spoiled meat, and that mice mysteriously appeared in bread and cheese covered with rags and stored in dark places. In the 17th century, someone even wrote that mice could be created by wrapping wheat husks in sweaty cloth and leaving them in an uncovered jar for 21 days. Over the centuries, many scientists have refuted the possibility of spontaneous generation, but none of them could provide definitive proof. Adherents of the theory of spontaneous generation sometimes even distorted the results of experiments to support their beliefs. The theory was finally disproved by Louis Pasteur in 1859. Toothworms. Thousands of years ago, scientists believed that toothache was caused by a worm inside the tooth. They called this supposed creature a toothworm. Until the 18th century, when the toothworm theory was disproved, scientists did not realize that teeth were susceptible to bacteria found in food. They previously claimed that a toothworm lurked in the root of the tooth and caused pain when it moved. When the worm rested, the pain stopped. The theory was supported by the fact that the nerve at the bottom of the tooth resembled a worm. Miasma Theory. Medieval doctors believed that dangerous vapors called miasmas were present in the air, and that they caused disease. The belief in miasmas was so widespread that malaria was named after them. The word malaria comes from the Italian words mala bad and aria air. Apparently, people believed that malaria was caused by bad air. People also thought that the plague was caused by bad air. Doctors treating the sick during the Great Plague of London even wore masks filled with flowers to protect themselves from bad air. Doctors advocated cleanliness because of the mistaken belief that dangerous vapors were caused by decomposing substances or creatures. Florence Nightingale, the mother of modern nursing, also made sure that hospitals were clean and had plenty of air. When the English cleaned their streets of dirt they suspected of causing miasma, they unwittingly protected themselves from disease. Dirt did cause disease, but not in the way it was thought. Medicine lacked depth of knowledge. Miasma theory declined in the 1800s when scientists discovered that diseases were caused by microorganisms, such as bacteria. This is the germ theory that we have today. Telegony. Telegony was the belief that the traits of a woman's former sexual partner could be passed on to a child she had with another man. The theory was proposed by the famous Greek scientist and philosopher Aristotle. Today, this theory has been disproved, but for a very long time, it was taken seriously. This is why Greek heroes usually had two fathers, one human and one divine. It is also why future British kings were not allowed to marry women who had previously been married. Telegony was disproved in the 19th century when it was established that the traits of offspring are determined by genes. Interestingly, in 2014, researchers from the University of New South Wales discovered that telegony does indeed exist in fruit flies. The first male a female mates with determines the size of all future offspring, even if they are sired by other males. Geocentric model of the universe. The geocentric model of the universe is one of the oldest theories in astronomy. It is based on the belief that the Earth is at the center of the universe and that each of the celestial bodies, including the Sun, Moon, and other planets, revolves around our world. In reality, this is true only for the Moon, but not for the Sun and other celestial bodies. This theory was first proposed by the ancient Greek philosopher Anaximander in the 6th century BC. Anaximander claimed that the Earth is a cylinder and that all celestial bodies revolve around it. Later, Plato, Pythagoras, and Aristotle determined that the Earth is a sphere, but they still believed that it is the center of the universe. A change occurred in the 16th century when Nicolaus Copernicus stated that the Earth is not at the center of the universe. Copernicus presented his findings in the book De Revolutionibus Orbium Coelestium on the revolutions of the celestial spheres. The geocentric model of the universe was finally refuted in the 17th century.
Thanks for watching the video, friends. I bet you can click on the next video before time runs out.